All right, here it is. FBI speaking out on behalf of the Brian Laundrie case.
Honolulu, beautiful house.
Thank you for your continued diligence on this story, and thanks for your patience. As you know, the Northport Police Department has worked collaboratively with the FBI throughout this investigation. Special Agent Michael McPherson is going to make a prepared statement. There's not going to be any questions today, but hopefully it answers some of them. Thank you.
13 months. Inshallah, my brothers. XQCL.
Good afternoon. My name is Michael McPherson. I'm the Special Agent in charge of the FBI Tampa Division. As you're aware, the FBI and the Northport Police Department and our state and local law enforcement partners have been searching the area of the Carlton Reserve for Brian Laundrie, a person of interest in the murder of Gabby Petito. Earlier today, investigators found what appears to be human remains, along with personal items such as a backpack and notebook belonging to Brian Laundrie. These items were found in an area that up until recently had been underwater. Our evidence response team is on scene using all available forensic resources to process the area. It's likely the team will be on scene for several days. I know you have a lot of questions, but we don't have all the answers yet. We are working diligently to get those answers for you. We are grateful for the dedication and professionalism of the Northport Police Department, along with our partners from the state and local agencies. Complex investigations such as this cannot be accomplished by one agency alone, but there are just too many agencies to name them all here today. Portions of the Myakkahatchee Creek Environment Park and Carlton Reserve will remain closed to the public until further notice. This is an active and ongoing investigation, so we ask the public to maintain distance from any law enforcement personnel, equipment, vehicles, and other related activity for the safety of the public and to protect the integrity of our work. We have no additional comment related to today's activities. Our FBI Denver office is the lead investigative agency, and all future inquiries should be directed to them. We appreciate the tremendous support from the public and continue to ask for your assistance in bringing this investigation to close. Thank you.
Was the backpack found near the body? Justice for Gabby! Justice for Gabby!
Wait, this motherfucker said he was going to answer questions. He did not answer any questions.
Justice for Gabby! Gabby! Justice.
Okay. Oh, they said they wouldn't? I thought he said they would. Said no questions at this time. Okay, so there we have it, folks. So the remains are, did I misunderstand it? Like, he's dead. Brian Laundrie is the reason. There's reason to suspect that Brian Laundrie is dead.
You hear the calls. Justice for Gabby. After the FBI announces information that we have been receiving over the last several hours. Partial human remains discovered here today at the Carlton Reserve near a backpack and a notebook. A backpack and a notebook that might belong to Brian Laundrie, a scene that is now going to take several days for them to comb through. An evidence response team with the FBI and other law enforcement agencies here at the scene in Florida. Hey folks, JB Buno here with you live on WFLA Now. Let's show you that area here again. You saw that there were folks there on lawn chairs. Yes, lawn chairs that have, the folks that have been outside of the Carlton Reserve, or really outside of Myakkahatchee, Walt. Just goes to show how many people have been following this story around the world and wanting updates. And
JB Buno, wonderful to have him back on the broadcast.
The press conference began. The answer that we wanted, as far as the question that was hopefully going to be asked, and we didn't get an opportunity here to ask any questions, was, is this Brian Laundrie? We did not learn that here today.
We did not, and I would like to hear the sound again. Did he say might? He worded it, it seemed, I would say oddly. Did he say might have belonged to Brian Laundrie? Or did he say, he might have gone a step farther than that it was, but he did say notebook, he did say backpack. Look, the notebook, by the way, if it's Brian Laundrie's, is fascinating, right? Because what could we learn from that notebook? What will be released from that notebook by the FBI? But he also pointed out, and we've said this, you and I have both said this, we've all said this, very complicated investigation involving multiple jurisdictions and multiple agencies that are trying to coordinate and figure out these answers. He also was somewhat apologetic to the public.
Hold on a second. I have another feed here. I want to hit the touch screen and bring up just a couple different feeds here. There just to show everybody here. And take a look here, yet another shot that we have here now going across the front area of the...
Damn, JB just cut him the fuck off, dude.
Some folks that have gathered here and they're speaking to police. Let's just listen in here for a second, if we can. There isn't much audio on this feed. I just punched it up. So, again, just showing people have been coming from across the country to be here, Walt, to be part of the Justice for Gabby movement. You can see the lawn chairs and folks that have brought their own belongings here to camp out here today. You can't go into the reserve, but there's nothing that says that you can't be outside of it. And you can see that a lot of folks here are showing pictures and sounds like they are shouting at police. Let's see if we can listen. There's no audio on this.
I'm gonna be honest with you, that's not a good, like, I don't know why he cut him off to just show this, you know?
It
police as much as they are shouting at photographers
it looked like,
that are here that have gathered.
The news conference ended with them chanting "Justice for Gabby" to the investigators. Kind of odd, I think. And I get the frustration, but you're chanting to the investigators who are trying to figure out what they have, and the worst thing they could possibly do is say it's Brian Laundrie without certainty and then find out it's not. That would be worse than us doing that.
I want to clarify. I believe that we can have it now that they did say the backpack and other items, the backpack and the notebook are items that belong to Brian Laundrie. And this is now consistent now with Stephen Bertolino's comments earlier on today that Chris and Roberta Laundrie were there at the reserve this morning. That's Brian Laundrie's parents participating in the search with the Carlton Reserve being open, with Myakkahatchee being open. Anyone can go. And Chris and Roberta Laundrie went to an area, as we understand it, that Brian Laundrie was known to have been in the past. They go to this area, and with the water receding, Mother Nature.
Remember when he shows the Onion video on reporters? JB literally has gone to lunch with Gabby's family and messages them all the time. They sent him a bracelet remembering her, and he was very emotional. The Onion gets it. Shut the fuck up. Bro, that's weird, bro. I'm sorry. That is weird. That's weird as fuck, dude.
He did not say whether they had searched there before.
And he said that they found articles, and now we know more details on what those articles are.
And it would be interesting to know if they had searched that area before. We don't know that. It is at the entrance to the Myakkahatchee.
Myakkahatchee.
I got to practice that word. At the entrance there. But photographer Jim Hockett, who's been up in Eagle 8, although he's coming down now because there's a restriction now, he said the tent is in the reserve north of Myakkahatchee. So it must be where the two pieces of property are sort of join each other. Myakkahatchee is 160 acres. The reserve is 25,000. So it's right there where those two areas meet. And that white tent, according to Jim Hockett, investigative photographer Jim Hockett, is the white tent is in the reserve right near Myakkahatchee River area.
I'm going to see if we can get an update on where Eagle 8 HD is. Or no, I'm sorry, wait, no, I'm just now remembering can't. Okay, down, so right, Eagle 8 HD, yes, it's just occurring to me again. I always want to hit that button here as far as going to our news chopper. Can't, temporary flight restriction. The FAA has put it up, and we can't fly over Myakkahatchee right now, so news chopper. I would imagine that CFR is going to be up
funny, dude.
This is going to take days to comb through this scene, and forensics and the
temporary flight restriction.
Through this scene as far as their approach to handling what they have discovered at the Carlton Reserve.
Oh, JB, 119,000 people watching, dude.
Behind not closed doors.
The man has been streaming absolutely nothing for 3 weeks straight. He's hot. He is off his shit right now. So excited.
In there, the park itself is closed. I want to show you another live feed that we have up. Always tapping into as many live feeds as we can here. And yes, this folks know this front door quite well. This is the home
Bro,
in
what the
Northport,
fuck?
home of Chris.
He just has, they
Roberta
have like
Laundrie,
cameras
Brian
all
Laundrie's,
over this shit.
parents.
This is
They were at
crazy.
The reserve this morning. They are
This is
no
not normal,
longer there.
right, chat?
We
Like, I'm not
understand.
alone on
We have
this.
been informed that they are home, and Walt, they are parents who, based on what we have learned at this stage, might.
Bro,
have
this is
lost a
just, I feel
child.
like this is a
We
little bit
do
like
not know
stalking
whether or
at
not
this
those
point.
remains
Like, I don't know
are
what the fuck's
McPherson,
going on there. I find it
agent
rather
Lee
odd
Burns
that
immediate.
this
It's
is the
not
way that
clear
they're
whether or not
covering the
those
story
remains
at this
are, in
stage, you
fact,
know?
Brian Laundrie's remains. They'll have to, of course, go by the book and go
Folks.
through the process that they have. But inside this home right now are two parents who have, just like Joe Petito and just like
Oh my God,
like
he
Nicole
literally
Schmidt,
did hang out with them.
might have lost, well, they lost a child. Gabby's, Petito's parents lost a child, but we could be dealing with another set of parents here in tremendous grief from potentially losing their child. To a 23-year-old man, a 22-year-old woman that were engaged to be married. That is Justin Shecker.
What the fuck? Yo. Oh. But white people need to relax, dude. This is some crazy shit. I mean, this is literally the onion bit that we joked about, but it's not a turns out it's not a fucking joke. You know what I mean? It's like, turns out it's very serious. Okay?
Laundrie. They are two parents now, and for Gabby's family, it's a 4 co-parenting unit with Tara and Jim in mind. It's two families now that are going through tremendous loss and are heartbroken over what has transpired over the last couple of months. You have to remember, July 2nd, Walt, they're embarking on a cross-country road trip. They're leaving together, seemingly in love, going across the country, experiencing the world. And here we are now, it's October 20th, and we find these partial human remains. And it's a story of tragedy. No matter how we got to this destination, the destination and the conclusion here, this is a tragic story, and one that we don't know. We're going to ask this to our audience. Are we any closer to finding out if there's going to be justice for Gabby Petito? I'd be very curious what our audience has to say about that.
You know, somebody on Twitter contacted me, just pointed out the notebook, if it is there and if it's Brian's, well, we know it's Brian's. If there are writings in there, will it be soaking wet and unreadable? If it's not soaking wet and it is readable, this is a guy who there had been various media reports had some really dark writings, and his music on Spotify, sort of dark leanings. He was reading this book that was a little dark, and you just wonder if what he expressed in that notebook, and you know, what condition is the notebook in. Keep this in mind. The FBI has
I can't watch the rest of it. This is like, we're literally watching. I mean, there's just like some serious fucking issues going on here. Like, this level of detail, this level of analysis, it's like, come on, bro. What the fuck? I can't tell if they're like milking it or what the fuck's going on. It's like the coverage itself has become the issue. Anyway, we're moving on. Moving on. Our top story of tonight: labor strikes. Milk me like a cattle.